What's up, people? Welcome back to another explanation video. This time I'm gonna go over more in depth of accuracy gaining in this game and talk about accuracy basically, and because that's pretty much a frequently asked question. Like I said, a lot of people are like confused with accuracy, you know, like how do you get more accuracy in this game? So like I said, there's many different elements that have to include in terms of accuracy, and then I'll explain furthermore. So with that being said, let's do this. Starting off, I'm going to talk about accuracy in general, just in case people still trying to understand what accuracy is. But I assume most people who get to, play somewhat of the game will pretty much know what accuracy is in this game. Basically, accuracy is required to hit certain enemies. So you need certain amount of accuracy to hit certain enemies. With that being said, accuracy, it is one of the most important, if not the most important, because if you don't have enough accuracies, you're not gonna hit anything. So even with that, you won't be able to kill anything. Obviously, the accuracy will be your main focus point. But the thing is, people overlooked like the common mistake or mistakes that I often seen are, some like people would just focus on the accuracy too much, without worry about like your others, like stuff like your stat, your sub perimeters, or perhaps some main perimeter and stuff. Like I said, it doesn't mean you have enough accuracy in this game you'll be able to kill everything. So it's not like, for example, if this enemy requires for, let's say, 500 accuracy. So it doesn't mean if you have 500 accuracies, you'll be able to kill the enemy, because you have to worry about other stats as well, like your like strength and other stuff, like increased attack and etc. Like you have to worry about your buffs, you have to worry about your customs, you have to worry about a lot of stuff. So that's why I want to make this video and clarify the problems. Trying to help out some people to understand accuracy is not the only thing you need to worry about in this game. Like there's other stuff that will also required, like for you to do like damage and etc. So with that being said, I just want to get this heads up, and before I go further into this game and explain more accuracies. Okay, starting off with the basic proficiency, trying to get that to 1,000 if it's possible. That will give you free accuracy. Each 10 point will give you 1 point of accuracy. That's the equivalent. Other than that, trying to max out your weapon bonds as well. If the weapon has dex on it, dex is equal to accuracy as well. 2 dex is equal to 1 accuracy point. So dex is part of the weapon. Like if you max the bond for the weapon, it gives you 50% more. So that's also another thing pretty important. Like if the weapon has built-in accuracy, the bond do not affect. So also another thing is the maximum cap for the weapon accuracy the maximum you can have at the moment, I think it's around 90 something total accuracy. So you can have, for example, you can have a weapon that straight up goes to do I even have a weapon here to show? Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so for example, this mace, it has an accuracy of 90. Basically, that's almost, if it's not max, it's already max at this point. It's hard to tell where about, usually around 95 maybe. that weapon will cap out. But the thing is, if you include dex, it's gonna be capped out regardless at 100 accuracy built in. So if the only way you can get more accuracy is the dex from the weapon itself. So if you want more accuracy, then get more dex on the weapon. If you already have accuracy that's around like 90 something, regardless, it'll cap out. But for example, if I have like 80 something dex on this, if my accuracy is, let's say, maybe at 60, 70, and it's still gonna be capped because dex gives accuracy, so that's like 41 points of accuracy. It transferred to accuracy total, so that way it's gonna max out regardless. So the only thing you need to worry about is max the bond and get more stats boost, because it's not just boosting the dex, it boosts all the other stats on there as well. So that's one thing I want to go over, is where you can get the accuracy from. Like, usually accuracy are from, if you want to look for the weapons, they're either from the dex or from built-in accuracy, which they're important. Some people might think if I get like certain gears it'll work, but obviously if you want more accuracy, you're gonna need, it'll be good to have better stats, better weapon stats. That way you can get that extra accuracy built in as well, and dex. So weapon is definitely important when it comes to if you want more accuracy built in. The next thing I want to talk about is armor. Armor is actually another big factor when it comes to accuracy. Like each part that I'm talking about coming up, they're all important to translate to accuracy, because it's not just one thing. It's not just one thing you'll have to worry about when it comes to getting enough accuracy. It's like I say, weapons, armor, accessories, passives, buffs, customization, and records, persona. So like I said, there's a few different things combined into accuracies. So it's actually important that I go over each topic. So next thing, like I said, is the armor. Armor definitely has built-in accuracy for the current armor. Some of the armor back in the normal raid, there actually has like dex, so they don't have built-in accuracy. But if you're looking for XT stuff, most of the XT stuff, they have built-in accuracy. So like I say, like the steel armor, you'll get accuracy. It's really good. Like Forgotten outfit, you'll get accuracy built in. The Abyssal clothes, you'll have accuracy and dex. So it is really good to have these armors. If you're looking for some of the accuracies, try to get them. But like I say, I don't talk about too much about the main armor. The main armor, it's only important if you want to down the enemy with X. So if the enemy breaks, you want to press, if you want to press X to down it, this is the accuracy. This accuracy matters. So you need certain amount of accuracy to down an enemy when you're pressing X. So that's why I said the armor in the front would be important if you want to down the enemy by pressing X. Other than that, the next thing is accessories. The accessories will give you, obviously, accuracy and dex. That's where you'll be looking for, where you'll get the accuracy from. Most of the XT gear, like you see, they have built-in accuracies, and if you want to farm for these gears, it will give you accuracy as well when you get it. So just by scrolling through a lot of dex, a lot of accuracy. So as you can see, there's a lot of accessories that gives you either dex or accuracy or both. It's actually really important. That's why the XT gears were actually made, is to take on the harder part of the enemies. But if you're still early in the game, there isn't much. Like, for example, you might be able to get get the normal Abyssal Ring or normal Ring of Tranquility. that's it. Like, other than that, there's not many like dex stuff that has a good damage or other, you know, other stuff. But like I say, Abyssal Ring and Ring of Tranquility, but I think Abyssal Ring might be your better choice. I mean, Ring of Tranquility, it's really hard to farm, like in the normal way. But you might as well wait for, if you can take on the level 200 to get the XT version. That's much easier to farm compared to the West. So, like I said, custom is important because you want your sword skill to hit, and you want your sword skill to do damage, which is quite a bit, you know. What you choose actually matters sometimes. For example, like the customization I have is a steel armor and boots. Like I said, when it comes to damage and accuracy, they have to balance, you know. You can't just focus on like, oh, I just need the amount of accuracy, you know, and then I'll be fine to find an enemies. No, you have to focus on other stats as well, you know, like in order to get damage, like I say, the sub perimeter, it's important. Like if you want to straight increase attack, that's fine. At least it's better than nothing. But the thing is, you have to make sure that you have enough accuracy in the built-in, and you want to have the sub perimeter goes up as well, you know, so that way you can maximize the damage and the accuracy at the same time. Don't just focus on accuracy. Like I said many times, this game is more to it than just having accuracy to beat the game. Like, you're not gonna kill an enemy, especially like when you go, or either you starting extreme or something. For example, if the enemy requires like, you know, few hundred accuracy in the raid, if you walk in with few hundred accuracy only, if you don't do your customs, if you don't understand the buffs and etc., like how it works, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you're not gonna kill the enemy just by having enough accuracy. You need to actually learn how the buff works, how the customization works, rather than just, I just need this amount of accuracy to hit the enemy, then I'm good to go. That's why I like I said, I read many comments. People would just say, I want to get my accuracy as high as possible, and I have that amount of accuracy to hit the enemy, but I can't kill it. Like my damage is not there, or I can't really do too much. That's why I said you have to learn the customization and how the buff works regardless. It's not just about, I'm just gonna meet the stats like the accuracy. As long as I have an accuracy, as long as I have more in like accuracy, I can hit the enemy, then I can kill it. Yeah, technically it's true. If you have enough accuracy, then you can kill it. But the thing is, it's not necessary means all I need is accuracy. I don't need anything else. So, like I said, it is important to focus on other stuff like the sub perimeter to increase more damage. So customization, it is one of the most important to learn. You know, otherwise you'll be stuck for a very long time, because you know, accuracy alone will not get you through the entire game, and especially later when you start fighting extreme raids and other end game contents or higher end. You know, one of the mistakes that I heard a lot, I meant a lot, is people that said all you need is accuracy in this game. You know, the more accuracy you have, the more damage you'll be doing. No, that is not even close. That's just BS, basically. Like I said, the more accuracy you have, it doesn't mean the more damage you'll do. Yes, you can hit the enemy, but you can't kill it. That's why I say many people commented, they're like, I have enough accuracy, but I can't kill it. My damage, it's not there. Well, that's why I just said, you can't just have accuracy only and don't worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about learning customs or buffs. No, you have to learn customs and buffs, regardless if you have enough accuracy. So, with that being said, you know, focus on all other stuff too. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the passives. The passives, there's only 4 passives that will give you accuracy boost. Rising Spirit, Mental Focus, Hawk-Eyed, and High Precision Machine. Those are the only 4 that gives you like either dex or accuracy boost. So 2 for dex, 2 for accuracy. Other than that, there's not like any more passive you're gonna get accuracies from. So it is like that's all you can have for the passive. But other than that, like, you're gonna have to get it from somewhere else besides the passive. I normally don't recommend people to run 4 accuracy passives because that's such a like waste of damage. Because like I say, you have to make sure you balance DPS and accuracy. You know, don't use more accuracy than need to. Just use the minimum amount if it's possible to hit an enemy, to fight an enemy. You know, like I brought that topic a while ago. If the enemy only requires 500, don't use 600. Don't use 550. Don't use 540. Unless if you buff and you have all the damage passives on, that you have like you know, extra accuracy, that's fine. That's okay. You know, like, always worry about other stats while maintain like the minimum amount of accuracy you need. Don't go like extremely high accuracy. Focus on that. So the other thing is the buffs. Like I say, the only buff that will give you accuracy in this game, or a couple, like actually passives, like for the time being, there are only 4. In the future, if they do, you know, add some stuff in, maybe we'll have more than 4. But for the time being, there's only 4. Now let's talk about combat skill, which is the buffs. Now the only 2 things, I mean not 2 things, most of the time you'll see people using that are actually good is the Bulwark of Goddesses. That is one of the main accuracy buff. The other one is the Sword Dance. Let me pull that up. The plus version and the non-plus version. Bulwark does not have a non-plus version, so this you can have from the normal version and from the combats, like the plus version from like weapons. Let me scroll to the normal version. This one you can customize a little bit more to have more accuracy on it, but you also have to remember, the more you customize, the more buff slot it takes. So be aware, you don't over buff yourself. It is actually, you know, like I say, that's why I also make another video, so for why over buff is bad. Other than that, you know, these are the only 2 that actually has like accuracy stuff where you can boost. A lot of the time you'll see me run 3 bulwarks or 4 bulwarks, especially when there's 1 down. I would use 4 because that would be 40% dex. So that's a lot. 40% is a lot. The more dex you have, the more it will increase, obviously. Same as accuracy. The more accuracy you have, the more accuracy stuff buff or the passive will increase, not necessarily buff. But so like I say, that's why I choose. Most of the time I chose Bulwark over Sword Dance. The only time I use Sword Dance is really the arena. Other than that, not so much. Like Bulwark will give you really good amount of, you know, accuracy, especially you stack them. So you can use 2, range between 2, like, or 1 to 4, depends how many you have or how many you want to use. So like I say, Bulwark only increase dex. So the more dex you have, the more accuracy you'll have. The Bulwark does not give you accuracy because it doesn't say anything about boosting accuracy. It only boosts dex. So dex is accuracy. So making sure that when you're using Bulwark, you have like somewhat of dex stuff on to get maximize more dex and to get more boost from the accuracy that way. The next thing I want to talk about is Nimble. Nimble is the only persona in this game, or anything in the record, that gives you accuracy percentage boost. So Nimble gives you 10% accuracy boost. So it is important to have Nimble. Actually, let me just switch it. It is important to max out. When you see this 100% here, it is important to max out, especially when it comes to Nimble and stuff for your AI and etc. Because for example, if you only have 50% for Nimble, you'll get half the amount. So that would be just 5%. So Nimble gives you 10%. Let me scroll down where Nimble is. Yeah, there we go. So accuracy is 10%. You're only gonna get that 10% if you have 100% on the affinity. So I don't know how they calculate, but I'm guessing it's 50% is the 50%, like 50% is 5%, so that's half. And then with that range, it changes differently. So if you want to get the maximized 10%, the maximum 10%, you have to get 100% affinity on that persona. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Other than that, not so much. You're not getting anything else when it comes to looking for accuracy. That is the only thing that will give you accuracy at the moment. I don't know if there's any more stuff we could get accuracy in the future, but this is it. Like, this is the only persona that will give you accuracy boost. The weapon upgrades. Like, in order to get more, you have to plus more, basically. Like, if you only have +5, you're not gonna get much. So like I say, the more you plus, the more accuracy index you'll get from the weapon or the armor. So that's the other way to increase your accuracy. It's by upgrading your weapons and armors. Okay, final thing, I think I need to mention that as well. Character levels. Like, trying to level up as much as you can, or if get to max level if it's possible, because the higher level you are, the less accuracy it requires. That's why I make those accuracy updates. Some of the stuff, like, you can probably find a video that I have if you want to do extreme raid and other stuff. I have, different levels, each 10 levels, like each 10 levels start from, I think, 50 all the way to here. So that way you can look up the amount of accuracy you need to fight some enemies, like for the raids and stuff. Other than that, trying to get high levels or max level, so then you'll need a little bit less accuracy to fight. So for example, if I'm level 50 right now and I'm fighting Extreme North, I will need probably 280 accuracy compared to if I'm 110. I'm fighting Extreme North. I'll be using probably 100. I can't even go any lower because last time I was testing, like, my character as low as you can get is 180. So like I say, you can the Extreme North is way lower than that when you're at level 110. So like I say, that's a big differences between accuracy. So needing less accuracy is actually better, so that we can focus on maximize your damage and etc. So don't focus on, like I say, don't focus on accuracy only. So worry about other stuff. They're more important. Accuracy is just a number that you will need to hit the enemy, but it is not the only thing you will need to kill an enemy. Alright people, I hope you guys enjoyed this explanation video. It is, quite complex, like I say, explain. It is hard to teach this game. There's too many stuff, like I said. That's why I make so many different explanation videos, because you have to put everything together as a whole to carry you further onto later game content. You have to know that stuff, like, regardless. That's why I kept repeating, it's not something like That's why I said what I said. It is important. That's why I repeat them. Otherwise, I'm not gonna repeat them. So you have to, learn each individual topics, like I mentioned, buffs, customizations, how, etc. Like that stuff work. How that stuff work. It's important. You like in this game, you can't just focus on one thing. You have to do other things together to actually progress further into late game, like the higher end of the contents. And that's why I said you can't just focus on accuracy only. You don't think like if you can just hit the enemy, you can kill it. No, like I said, you can hit the enemy, but it doesn't mean you can kill it. Those are two different things. And trying to focus on other, aspects, other elements as well. So that's why I make so many explanation videos, different segments. I put in the explanation, playlist, so you can like learn each individual topics. That will help you go further into this game, because this game is very complex. It is not a game where you can just pick it up, get some gears, do everything. This is not the old SAO. You can't just get gears and do stuff. Like, it's not that simple anymore. This game requires you to learn a lot of stuff to go further. Like I said, if you only going like maybe, don't go to like higher end of contents, you don't have to worry too much. But it's mainly for the people who wants to go higher end of the content. Like, if you don't want to go to higher end of content, but then don't complain about, oh, that's a lot of stuff, why can't I do it? I mean, I just explained it why, like, these are the things you have to learn to go further. Otherwise, everybody would have been running, everybody would have been doing just fine. There won't be so many like videos that actually explain, and everybody would have been doing exactly the same. So that's why I say, when I make these videos, they're actually important, because this game is difficult and you have to learn a lot to go further, because knowledge is what really matters later in the game. Like, if you don't like learn, then that's why you like I say, that's why you'll be stuck there. Like I mentioned it many times, people would just say, I can't do damage and etc. That's why I say, learn about other elements and then put them together into a whole. Then you can go further into the game. Like, even if I just explain accuracy, you see, it's not just accuracy alone. There's so many different things to make accuracy. Like, just having accuracy alone won't be enough to kill enemies. You're gonna need other stuff. So everything is connected. So, like I say, these explanation videos are hard to explain, because I know some people probably say, I don't understand. Like I said, if you find other people who explain, or if they do explain, they're gonna explain somewhat similarly, because that is how it works. It is hard to explain something in this game. It's not because like the guy, or if you think like, oh, I don't really, teach anything or anything, like because, like I say, maybe the way you're learning is different. So like I said, it's not because people don't teach anything. It's because like you have, like, maybe you don't understand certain parts. Like, back then, like I mentioned, if you get it, you'll get it. If you don't, you don't. There's really not much like, other stuff, mixed into it, because it is quite difficult to explain AL stuff. It is not simple. I try my best to explain in each video as clear as possible. That's why the videos are lengthy. I could go on forever and make these videos even longer, but the thing is, I'm trying to make it as short as possible. But the thing is, you're not gonna understand if I just go over, this is the accuracy you need, this is the weapon you need, this is what you need, this is the persona, and I can just end it like that. Then people will be like, what is that, you know? Like, yeah, you can, some people might get it, but the thing is, I'm trying to talk a little bit more about just to having this, you know, like I say, I'm trying to make sure people that understand, you know, when I explain stuff. So I drag a little bit longer. Like if I can make sure and clear, I mean not even clear, I can make shorter videos for explanations, but then it will turns out even more questions in the future, so I don't want to do that. Like the video length don't really matter to me, like, because I want to make sure people understand. That's what it matters, really. So that's why I make these explanation videos, and I make a playlist so that way you can, you know, look it up, which part you don't understand, then learn that part. So, and then you probably have to learn a lot to combine together to go further into ALs. That's why I make explanation videos. It's like, you know, I mean, I do have fun making videos. It's just not like I just do it for no reasons. I mean, I got other stuff to do. I don't have to make I don't have to just make videos, like I said. So I make them so people can learn. That's the whole point. Other than that, yeah, make sure you learn like different stuff together as well. It's just not a singular where just accuracy, that's all I need. No, accuracy is what you will need to hit, but it's not what you need to defeat an enemy. So don't think this game is simple. Don't think it like I only need to understand one thing. No, you have to think about where, oh, I need to understand this part, and this part, and all together. So that's why, you know, like some people sometimes leave comments in the comment section that I take them as like an idea to make videos, because sometimes I don't know what if some people like they understand or not for a certain part of the stuff. So sometimes, like I say, I get some ideas from like what videos, what explanations I can make, because somebody might not understand certain things. So I do that. I take some ideas from the comment section to try to make explanation video. If the comments popping up frequently, and if that means quite a bit of people will probably have the same problems, so I'll make an explanation videos based on that stuff. So other than that, I have to think about like, what would be something good, you know, to teach. Besides that, yeah, like I said, other than that, accuracy, it's important in this game, but you need other stuff too, just as important as everything else. So there you go, guys. It is a long video, but I can't really make it short. Like I said, it's just not my it's just not my type. Like, how do you squeeze all that stuff into like 10 minutes? Some people, like I say, you know, prefer short videos, but hey, I mean, unless you explain it, try it, it is actually difficult than what it seems. So